I'd just like to thank Acorn Kia Burntwood for the loan of the facelifted Kia EV6. I wouldn't be able to make these videos without your help. Thank you once again. A link to Acorn Kia Burntwood is in the description. Hello and welcome to another episode. This is part one of my Kia EV6 facelift test drive, which took place on New Year's Eve 2024. I still had my EV6 at that point, and now I'm sitting in my brand new EV3 a few weeks later. Now, on that day, there was very, very bright sunshine, so that kind of spoilt some of the images I took and the video. And also, because I didn't have much time, I didn't actually get a full frame of the head-up display that I wanted to, so that is slightly obscured by the steering wheel and maybe a little bit by my camera phone, which I was using for audio recording. Also, the audio recording is noisier when I have it anywhere near the windscreen than it is in real life, but the audio is still clearer than my headset audio, so I've stuck with the one I recorded on the phone. So apologies for all of that. I can do better when I have the time, so sorry about that. But you might learn a few other things about the facelifted EV6 by watching this. Right, I put them both on the drive, so Elvira versus the facelift, and as you can see, the differences on the front and the aggressive new grille and headlights on the facelifted EV6 compared to Elvira on the right. Okay, this is my test drive. Point of view test drive of the facelifted Kia EV3. Does it creak less than mine going over the speed bumps? A little bit less, yeah. I think I might want to turn the active sound design down. Smart cruise control, and the noise is me putting in smart cruise control and then adapting to the speed, which is 30. So all nice and tight and nice and quiet, maybe slightly quieter than the EV3 because of the foam in the wheels, in the tyres. This is the rear wheel drive with no heat pump. And it has no driver monitoring system like the EV9 and the EV3 has. Resume. Don't really want to do 50 down here though. And now it's going to be 40 around the corner. Interesting to see if they've updated the head-up display graphics to the same as the EV3, but this hasn't got the saving of the iPadlet setting that the EV3 has. And the EV3 I think beeps when you press the pause button. Maybe the settings turned off. It's 30 down here. Okay Google, navigate to Ionity Stafford.
Navigating to IONITY charging station. By the way, next time you can also press and hold the mic button on your steering wheel to ask me anything.
Yeah, 29 minutes means there's not that much traffic. And to be honest, it's the day before New Year's Eve, and there seems to be less traffic on the road than normal, which is good. And this is going to send me around the way I don't want to go, because I want to cut through the 20 zone like I normally do. Resume at 20 because it's a 20 miles out zone. And I'll give the heated steering wheel 2-stage finger blast to see how hot that gets. People in the comments to the last EV3 video were asking why there's so many speed bumps. Well, it's the way I decided to go, and it makes the car rattle if it's going to rattle. So that's why I use the speed bump route. And there are always speed bumps outside schools, and also on lots of side roads where you need to keep the traffic calm, because people drive like idiots and drive too fast, and normally they put them in place because people got killed. Resume. That's offering me a 30, so I'll go for that. See, mine beeps when I press the pause button on cruise control. This doesn't unless it's muted. See if this does smart cruise control and speed changes over 60, because in the EV3 it changed from 60 to 70 on its own. That bit's coming up in a bit. can try and see if this speeds up when it gets into the national speed limit sign. Okay, that's to 50, and we're approaching the national speed limit now in the distance. Yeah, it's adapted on its own, just like the EV9 and the EV3 do. So that improvement is in the car. Intelligent speed limit assist version 2. And it's adapted back down to 60. Suggested 30, so I'll stick with the 30. Put the smart cruise on. Turn by turn from Android Auto is on the screen, as you can see, and by default it was turned on in the menus on the EV6, so I don't know why. And I think the blocks on the visual head-up display for vehicles are still the same as the old EV6, because that car looks like a block. Won't tell really till we get on the motorway. very little noise. Probably it sounds quieter than mine, but mine's got more rattles because it's older. Right, we're back to 70 for the speed limit. Using my phone to record audio because it's better than what's on this headset, I think, but I'll see. Try our lanes change assist in a minute. Change. The car is, remember, in the old map stored, which it adjusted to on its own, which is a pain. Now it thinks I'm speeding and I'm not. At least it's not beeping over speed though. Did exactly the same in the EV3 that I tested a few weeks back, and mine EV6 does the same here as well. It's where they have roadworks for a long period and they end up getting stored in the onboard maps, and then the car decides to ignore what's going on in real life and pretend that stored maps is the correct one. Still thinks we're in a 50. And they've got rid of the AR display on the head of the display. You don't have that as an option anymore. The augmented reality AR. I'll do another lane change back into the other lane in a bit. When it's 70. And there are no 50 signs remaining, so he's not picking them up by reading them. Right, let's try one of these. Lane change assist. Right, try another one. So I'm on the time. I'm just going to go up to the next junction. I'm not going up to Ionity because this car doesn't need charging, and then I'll come back down. Okay, and we're going back down the M6 now, and then I'll do a non-cruise control drive all the way home, and you can see how quiet it is without the cruise control beeping, hopefully. It's quite windy out. And now it thinks it's 50 again. That's the overspeed beep, and there's an indicator flashing that I'm overspeed when I'm not. At least they've got rid of the old steering wheel system, so you don't have to wobble it anymore. There we go. Lane change assist again. The overspeed warning and flashing, but you don't get a great big red thing in the head-up display that you do on the EV6. Right, I'm just got off the motorway and I'm just going to try driving normally with no cruise control. So you'll get the normal noises. I mean, it's still beeping for the speed limit, but you can mute that if you press and hold the volume button for a few seconds. Like that. Yeah, speed limit warning sound is off. That's what it's supposed to do in the version 1 EV6 after the update went in, but it doesn't do it. So I'll just drive this normally back now. anyway, just like me. That heated steering wheel's turned itself down to 1 on its own, so that's a feature as well. 2 at first, and then it tones it down. And we've managed 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. Which is it's not good. It's not that good considering it's 11 degrees out. I think I get more out of mine. The EV3 was doing 4.2, and that's with no heat pump, and in a lower temperature than this, I think it was 6 or 7. Of course, the navigation still thinks I'm going to Ionity, so I've got to turn that off. So what did I think of my actual driving experience? Well, it's much improved compared to the previous EV6. The driving systems have come on quite a long way, but they don't match what are in the Kia EV3. Now, I found a reason for that, and if you go into Kia Connect on the facelifted EV6 and look at all these Kia EV3, you go more, scroll down to the bottom and version. Down the bottom it tells you what version of system that the car is on. So this is what gives it away. So the EV6 facelift, it says vehicle system version 24.4.0, whereas the EV3, which is in mine and the test one I did, the vehicle system version is 24.8.0. So does that account for why the head-up display graphics are different, which is the main thing that I was seeing. The EV3 had distinct types of vehicles in the head-up display, whereas the EV6 has still got the blocks that it had before. So I don't know whether this will get updated with an over-the-air update and a system update or what, but that does explain that. Anyway, everything felt more refined and tight. The steering wheel is better. The fact that it's got hands-on detection instead of torque wobble to stop, when it warns you about taking your hands off the steering wheel for too long. That's so much of a much improved system. Also, during the drive, I had the heated steering wheel on, and that is the 2-level one, just like we get in the EV6. I mean, I think the steering wheel is the same, to be fair. So it's much refined and much improved. Anyway, you'll see the insides of the car and the other features in part 2. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.